Hello everyone! Sa video ito, magbibigay tayo ng important remarks about our point function P. Sabi natin in our previous video that P of theta is equal to the point whose x-coordinate is cosine theta and y-coordinate is sine theta. Yung theta natin is any real number. And that this cosine theta and sine theta are points on the unit circle. Meaning, it satisfies the equation x squared plus y squared equal to 1. That's why we have the equation cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equal to 1. So, yung i-observe natin ngayon ay yung mga signs ng cosine theta and sine theta. So, sabi natin, P of theta is a point somewhere sa Cartesian plane or in particular, point sila sa unit circle. So, pwede siyang mag-land sa y-axis, sa x-axis, or dito sa mga quadrants. Yung i-observe natin ay yung kapag yung P of theta natin ay nandun sa isa sa mga quadrants. Important yun para makapag-answer tayo ng ganitong types of questions. So, bibigyan ka ng value ng cosine, tas conditions on your P of theta, and then find sine of theta. Or the other way around, bibigyan ka ng sine theta, tsaka conditions on sa P of theta, find cosine theta. Okay, so let's do this observation. So, let's say your P of theta is in quadrant 1. So, it's a point with coordinates cosine theta, sine theta. So, since nasa quadrant 1 siya, ang cosine is positive and sine is positive. X and y coordinates are positive. And then, if your P of theta is in quadrant 2, kung nandito siya, the x coordinate must be negative, the y coordinate must be positive. So, negative ito, positive ito. If your P of theta is in quadrant 3, so yung x-coordinate mo ay negative, ang y-coordinate mo ay negative rin. And if P of theta is in quadrant 4, x is positive, y is negative. So cosine is positive and sine is negative. So positive, negative siya. Okay, so sagutin na natin tong question natin. So suppose cosine theta is 4/5 and P of theta is in quadrant 4. Give the value of sine theta. So ang gagamitin natin na equation, ito lang naman yung meron tayo, yung equation nagre-relate sa cosine theta and sine of theta. So kukopyahin ko lang. Ayun, so we get cosine squared theta plus sine square theta equal to 1. So, kahit anong theta yung ilagay mo dyan, masasatisfy equation na yan. So, substitute natin ito doon. Anong makukuha natin? 4/5 squared plus sine square theta equal to 1. Tapos, lipat natin sa kabila. Magiging minus ito. What is the square of 4/5? That is 16 over 25. Which is, pag-subtract na natin to, we get 9 over 25. And then yung next step, diba, mag-i-square root ka on both sides. Pag nag-square root ka on both sides, may plus minus yon. So you get plus minus 3/5. So ang tanong, positive or negative? So dito papasok yung observation natin. Sabi natin, your theta is in quadrant 4. Andito siya. So, kung nasa quadrant 4 si P of theta, what can you say about sine of theta? Sine of theta is negative. Kaya ito, negative dapat yung magiging sagot. So, sine of theta is negative 3/5. Sulat natin yung dahilan since P of theta is in quadrant 4. So, naintindihan ba yon? So, reviewin lang natin yung observations natin. If P of theta is in quadrant 1, cosine and sine are positive. If P of theta is in quadrant 2, cosine is negative, sine is positive. If P of theta is in quadrant 3, cosine and sine are parehang negative. And if P of theta is in quadrant 4, cosine is positive, sine is negative. And that ends our short video on some important remarks about the point function. Kita kits! Bye!